Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 39 of the Beat of the Bronx. Here we are, another week. Got a lot of craziness going on.
Yeah, since the last time with me, I think October 29th was the last time we came on here.
We skipped a week.
We skipped last week. We have, it's been a week. It's been 2 weeks.
It's been a couple of weeks between sick kids and just all kinds of crazy.
Tonight with possum hunting season with Luna.
I mean,
Too bad we didn't have a camera rolling, but tossing a possum around the backyard like it was a
and it was a lie.
And it was a lie.
It was playing.
It was fine.
It was playing dead.
No animals were harmed.
Thank God.
But, this thing is.
I was so nervous.
This thing is relentless. I wish the Giants' run defense was as relentless as Luna is with this possum. But maybe Luna can play linebacker.
Oh, she definitely can.
The real quick to dive into with the New York Football Giants.
Big news.
Brian Daboll has been relieved of his duties. Surprisingly, that he was the only one to go.
I thought that was fun too.
I think there's going to be more to come. I think a lot of I don't want to make it about this, but I think a lot of it has to do with John Mara's health. Why they're not, they completely didn't clean house. And honestly,
they don't want to start from scratch. In the middle of the season.
Not in the middle of the season, but you have to finish the season out. And is there anyone on the staff that has the ability to do those jobs of who you're letting go? But Brian Daboll, after his first season, had the playoffs. It was a 9-7-1 season.
Yeah,
they actually had a playoff win. He was NFL Coach of the Year. But these past 2.5 seasons now, I didn't even get.
Oh, how the mighty have fallen!
Just very underwhelming. 11-33 record, and just with the fourth quarter collapses, blowing the 4 different games this year with leading more than 10 points. It just it's really just bad football. I mean, if you follow the New York Giants and you watch the games, you just see how are they going to lose this week? And
we're not the type of people that call for anyone to be fired.
No, never. I would never do that.
The fan base in general has been calling for this to happen.
You'll never hear that.
We don't hear that from us. Like that. I mean, listen, he's a person. It's not like
for those of you that know us know why, but we never call for that. This is it's sports, it's football. It's
losses happen, bad seasons happen. We understand that, but when you have a growing history of being involved in those bad seasons, it gets tiring after a while, and you get a little sick of it.
20-40-1 was his record, and just it just looks worse because we had the Super Bowl wins of recent years in close proximity, and to appear in even one Super Bowl in 15-20 years is a real big deal. And for the Giants to have such great success in a short period of time and such really bad seasons with
it's been really high
a lot of turnover, different GMs, different head coaches, and and just knowing a few people who are familiar with the Giants, and actually work there, and just it's a shame because as a person you hear how great of a person Brian Daboll is and how
people that work there love him.
But unfortunately, someone has to win. Someone has to lose, and the Giants have been on a lot more losing ends than we would like. So we have interim head coach, the assistant head coach, and offensive coordinator Mike Kafka is going to be taking over. Let's just see how it goes here. If you might have seen, I dropped a few videos today.
That one with the list was really good.
Yeah, the one about the coaches. Now I'm just going off of guys who I think are not really that big into college, but I keep up with which teams are good, which prospects are good, which coaches are good, which coaches are successful, and I put that list out there, and after listening to, we were listening to Bob Papa and Carl Banks. And, if you listen to that podcast, you might hear a few of the same names.
Like that podcast with the interruption.
But yeah, Luna scratching, but just a Spark Note version. If go check out on Instagram, TikTok, X, Facebook. Go check those videos out.
Yeah, and comment, please.
And comment.
Let us know what you guys think about what you think the coaching staff is going to look like.
Keep the traction on those videos.
Yeah.
Long story short, we'll start off with the the head coach. Probably, not going to be someone from college. I'd be surprised if it's a coach from college.
Yeah.
But we have a long way to go till then. But I would at least like to see Notre Dame's head coach, Marcus Freeman, get an interview. I think it's a well-needed culture change that's long overdue. And just you can't tell me any coach of the Notre Dame Fighting Irish can handle the media here in New York.
Agreed.
So, I just think the energy, his vibe, and just everything that he's all about. And if you're a Notre Dame Fighting Irish football fan, you know what I'm talking about. And it would be a great fit here. The only problem is that he's not a seasoned veteran NFL coach that kind of what the Giants call for now. But
at this point, though,
which would lead us to, as much as I would like John Gruden, it's not going to happen.
No.
With that lawsuit he has with the NFL.
He's not going to be coaching.
Another name, Brian Flores, would be a nice fit, but he's another one who technically sued the New York Football Giants, and his lawsuit, from years back. But I do like the idea of former Giant coach and former NFL coach and former Notre Dame head coach, just to name a few places where he's been. Charlie Weiss was a special teams coordinator, assistant special teams coach back in 1990, and a member of that Bill Parcells coaching tree. But it wouldn't be him; it would be his son, Charlie Weiss Jr., who was Jackson Dart's offensive coordinator in college at Ole Miss. So just trying to think with an open mind here, and
I think that's very interesting.
Yeah.
I saw that name pop up later.
Gary Myers mentioned it, and I was actually, I actually tweeted it back to Carl Banks last night, and I agree.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be opposed to Carl Banks' suggestion of someone like Matt Patricia as a defensive coordinator. But listen, we're going to hear a lot of names here. The season's not even over yet. It's November 11th.
This is going to be going on
for a long time. And I agree with what Adam Schefter said. It's probably going to come down to the very end, and it'll probably be one of the, later candidates. And we don't even know what head coaches this season will be moving on, being let go.
Right.
So,
the list may change.
Just hypothetically, and then we'll finish the Giants off with this.
Okay.
Jackson Dart, we don't know about Jackson Dart yet with his
concussion.
But the Giants season's pretty much over.
I want him to be healthy. That's all I am concerned.
Just a lot of reckless football, reckless play calling, in my opinion. But we'll see how this this goes now with Mike Kafka. We don't know if Jackson Dart's going to be playing, but let's see. The reports haven't come out yet, but hopefully, if he can't play, would like to see Jameis Winston get a shot.
I would love to see that.
Would really love to see that. But with the Giants head coaching search, it's probably going to come down, for a while here. But just to finish off of where I was getting at, I think for hypothetically, let's say a team like the Baltimore Ravens, who are somewhat underperforming here, and let's say somehow, some way, John Harbaugh became available. You can put him at the top of the list on the on the Giants head coaching.
Whoever disagrees with that.
So it's gonna be all different names you're gonna hear, but one name I can tell you that I'm kind of for myself pretty much would just like to see them somehow get interviews. That would be Marcus Freeman and Charlie Weiss Jr. For offensive coordinator. I just think the idea of bringing in Jackson Dart's offensive coordinator, just someone that he's familiar with, that familiarity of, kind of where he can grow into an NFL quarterback with a voice that he knows, that's very,
Yeah. When you're comfortable with a coach like that already, that means a lot. It takes a big weight off of you going out there.
Definitely. But a lot of people, are saying Lane Kiffin, and it's already been a joke that he told Jackson Dart's father that it's too cold in New York, and it just made me laugh today because it was snowing. Snowing this morning.
The weird, random November
crazy, but it's really, really cold out there.
Oh, it's freezing.
Really sunny, and even in the house here, it's just really frigid temperatures, and we have, it's about halfway through the football season, but it feels like we have a long, long way to go. And, the Giants.
It's been a dragging.
Dragging as Giant fans here, but I just would like to see, some, wins and losses don't really matter at this point now. But
not really.
We have our quarterback here for the first time. It seems like, since Eli, but Daniel Jones is doing this thing with Indianapolis.
Really
but
keep to mind with Daniel Jones. We were talking about this.
Yeah, we were talking about it. I mean, as outsiders looking into, as parents of 3 girls.
Yeah.
And with the the unfortunate situation of Jim Irsay's passing, but his daughter's taken over, and Carly is the main one you see there on the sidelines, and
it's amazing to see what she's doing. I mean, she's out in the bar in Germany.
Yeah.
She was out in the bar buying rounds. People I love this girl.
So I say, as parents and as a dad of 3 girls,
how could you not appreciate it?
I mean, come on. So we'll be quietly pulling for the
Colts. Yeah, well, always quietly, because Giants always
and
first.
Daniel Jones was the real Giant fans know that it wasn't Daniel Jones' fault.
No.
He got blamed, but let's we'll dive into some baseball talk here.
Yeah.
With the GM meetings going on, and we just found out.
GM meetings. I hope everything's okay.
We're here. Everything's okay with the
in the beginning, it was a bit of a mixed bag of what was coming out. People saying, "Oh, he's not there. He's not going."
The first thing before the New York Post article came out, saying that it was a last minute. Some were saying that it was a family matter, non-baseball related issue. So hopefully everything's fine.
Yeah, I hope everything's okay.
What instantly popped into my mind, some of you may remember, but there was a point in time where George Steinbrenner didn't want Brian Cashman going to the GM meetings and wouldn't send them. But yes, it actually happened. But it's a little different now, with the media, with everyone,
It's very different. But he's still going to be making himself available to the media tomorrow, Wednesday.
So
Wednesday, November 12th. They didn't say what time yet that'll be. But, there's always a lot of interesting things come out of those GM meeting interviews. You never know what they're going to say.
Interesting news this morning that got me going with the Yankees' imaginary salary cap, as the Steinbrenner salary cap, as we call it. But Joel Sherman, he talked about it a little bit today. That rumors are going on that Hal Steinbrenner could be wanting to dip under that $300 million, luxury tax. Now, last year,
they're staring that cap in the eye for next year.
I was looking at a roster resource before Fangraphs, and last year they had them as it was an estimate of like $303 million, and if they're going to want to lower it, and we even talked about it a few episodes ago, where I said there could be the possibility where they said, Hal always wanted to lower the payroll under that, Steve Cohen luxury tax threshold.
Understandable.
Very understandable. I mean,
it's a business. Everyone's got to remember something. It's a business.
And that whole report coming out here that, the Mets and, baseball owners lost about $1.5 billion, and every, pretty much a lot of the owners, the Mets and the Yankees, lost money last year. Apparently, I don't see how that's possible. When you look
especially with the whole playoff game,
the Mets with not making the playoffs.
Yeah, that affects a lot. But the Yankees had a bunch of home.
The payroll, as you said, but the Yankees had 5 home playoff.
That's a lot for income wise,
But I guess not maybe getting the profit margins that they want. I don't know, but it's hard to really tell. Yankee fans here and fans of baseball who really follow the ins and outs of the business part of the game. And
We enjoy this stuff. We always joke as much as we miss the regular season. We like the off season.
Yeah,
we love discussing these things.
Just really hard to believe to me that a team like the Yankees is losing money hand over fist. But hey,
I know
we don't see the books. We don't know what's going on.
Right. And you know what? We always say it ourselves, but the more money you're bringing in, the more expenses you have.
Correct.
You know, like they've got major amounts of staffing that they're paying. They have facilities.
Don't forget the renovations.
The renovations down in Florida, the renovations up here. There's always something. Something's always getting improved upon.
Yeah, it was MLB privately told owners that teams lost $1.8 billion last year.
In total, of all 30 teams?
The New York Metropolitans lost about $350 million. I mean, that's a lot. I mean, when you're paying Juan Soto.
That's true. That's true. They have payroll. Their payroll is crazy.
Kind of nuts, but it's hard to believe that. But if the Yankees, not to defend Hal, but let's say, $303 million was the the payroll last year, the estimate of it. That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
That,
I mean,
really, it's not LA Dodgers and Mets money, but that's a lot of money.
Which is wild because we're always talking for years about the Yankees being the top of the payroll. But
when you have the Dodgers going back to back and winning, World Series like they do now, it looks a little different. They're what the Yankees used to be. It's just it's more exemplified now with social media and all. Sports betting is a big key. And
wow,
crazy how
we know about that.
Say and Luis Ortiz over $7,000. There's definitely more to that story, but I don't really want to get into that too much.
Yeah, it's not the Yankees.
There's definitely more to that story. Hopefully, it's not something that opens up like can of worms.
I know.
Like the NBA is dealing with, but a nightmare scenario.
So many things happening right now. I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop on football.
Getting back to the payroll here. So just to see what the Yankees do. We know they need some some bullpen help, but in the past they've never really spent big bucks on the bullpen. I don't really see that happening. Unless they, happen to lose out on Cody Bellinger, who I think is the number one priority.
Yeah.
Kyle Tucker, just the comments alone that they want to lower payroll, I think takes them out of the running for Kyle Tucker.
I agree.
Said today, what did they say? It was 10 years for $400+ million.
They're not going to give anyone.
I just don't see that happening. With the Yankees now. You have other teams, some other news in the division looking to possibly spend some money this year. That's the Baltimore Orioles. A lot of even the Pittsburgh Pirates and Marlins said, and went at the GM thing. I'm already fast over. That's another month to go.
Can't help it.
That they want to start taking on some more money, and the Pirates are notorious as a team who hasn't spent money. And
we were always talking about that. They don't really spend anything.
This is a good segue into Dan Fiorito.
Okay.
Speaking of the Pirates, so those of you who know me, I did a project about the Pittsburgh Pirates when I was going for my master's at Manhattanville College, up in Purchase, New York, which is right up the Hutch. And Dan Fiorito, the longtime Yankees, farmhand and coach, attended Manhattanville College. A 35-year-old Yonkers native. He was the single A manager and double A manager with high A Hudson Valley and double A Somerset. He happened to be Anthony Volpe's manager when they had stops there, when Volpe had stops there. He's very familiar with the the Yankees, farmhands coming up. He was the infield and outfield coordinator for the organization. So he'll be taking over as the first base coach for Travis Chapman.
I like that.
Which I like that. It's a very, very good hire. And one thing that stood out to me was, on the Instagram post, because you follow some of the players, because I follow some of the players. We all follow some of the players. But I saw that there was fire emojis from J.C. Escarra.
Oh, yeah?
So it's very telling. And this is a great, great hire.
I like that.
From within.
I'm big on promotions.
I'm very big on promotions.
I like that.
He's one of those guys, the Yankees have lost a lot of coaches, like Desi Truchel's coming back. He's one of those guys that, I can see that they probably didn't want to lose. A lot of the players seem, very obvious. They have a lot of respect for him.
Yeah.
There was another nice video clip floating around from spring training with him working with Judge and from a spring training where him and Judge were, and Everson Pereira when he was the team were working out. And you can just see how they, hold him in a high regard, and there's a lot of respect for Dan Fiorito, and just makes sense that
that's needed.
You might have seen my tweet, and we talked about it. It's definitely needed, but it seems as if they're doubling down on their young talent here and the youngsters that are set to come up, because it's showing that even with the promotion of the hitting coach, the assistant hitting coach, Jake Hurst, these are all guys who, as coaches, the players grew up through the system with these guys, and familiar faces. Now, I'm guilty as charged coming on here all the time. And my video is on here that, banging the table literally for, Yankees legends and, former Yankees who know how to win. But Fiorito is the exception of, that where a coach like that is good to have.
You know what? If we're really going to worry about honing our farm system, getting those prospects up and ready, having coaches that they're already comfortable with being at the major league level, it makes them settle in so much faster. And especially on the bases where that's where most of the uncertainty is with the newer ones coming up.
Well,
I think that's really important.
A lot of issues with the base running in the past few seasons. It got better towards the end.
Yeah, but you know what? Getting somebody up there who really knows these guys and can bring that aspect in. Last time we won a bunch of World Series, it was because the team was based on our farm system.
Yeah.
So you know what?
A good core of it.
I am okay with not bringing in 100 free agents. Let's worry about the guys we have. Let's keep them going.
Core and then build around.
Yeah. We've done it before. We've seen it work. We haven't done it in a very long time. Yeah. And that's why we haven't won in a very long time. Which I fully believe that.
I think that's the direct, honestly, it's not the same exact model, but
but it's got the vibe.
It seems like they're going back in that direction.
Yeah.
To stick with, we'll stick with the coaching here. So it's assumed that James Rowson will be returning as the hitting coach now, because they did say he was in the final two for the Minnesota Twins managerial job that Derek Shelton got. So it's assumed that James Rowson's going to be coming back. And I'm just going off of all the articles we see. We don't know anyone in the organization giving us this information, but
a lot of reading and a lot
of
a lot X and all that.
A lot of critical thinking. But
lots of years of watching.
And so James Rowson should be coming back, as the hitting coach. It is assumed that whether there's no really official announcement yet, because they were invited back. Brad Osmus was invited back, along with Tanner Swanson, the catching coordinator.
Some people coming out. Also,
now for a bench coach, I would like to see someone maybe like Don Mattingly, and everyone would want, but even not even in the sense of bringing Donnie back, because I think that ship is well past sailed. Yeah. But for many reasons, and even Donnie said it
back here.
Even Donnie said it, but even if nothing against Brad Osmus, but how about like a Shelley Duncan promotion to bench coach?
I have been beating the Shelley Duncan drum for months.
But we'll see. I think
he would be a very good fit.
He would. I would think so too. But the coaching staff isn't really. It's almost rounded out. So Miguel Rojas, they said was up for some managerial jobs.
Yes.
I haven't really heard much of much from that front of who's going to be the third base coach or the bench coach. But we know Desi Truchel has returned. It's going to be either Desi or Preston Claiborne as the bullpen coach.
Right.
So now we know Dan Fiorito is going to be the first base coach.
Right.
So I'm interested just to see the official the official coaching staff, whether,
Which that may not be settled for a while.
whether or not he's coming back. But we did see Brett Osmus is going to be the skipper of Team Israel
Yes.
in the World Baseball Classic.
Yeah, good for him.
Which, Judge is set to be the team captain for Team USA. So we'll see how, spring training will play out when we get there. It was with the World Baseball Classic starting up, and it should be a really good World Baseball Classic.
When does that start? In March?
Yeah, it's
like early March, or is it
like
February?
I want to say mid-March.
Okay.
Mid-March, sure. And I know it's a little bit after when pitchers and catchers.
I love the World Baseball.
The World Baseball Classic is great.
Awesome.
Great.
Love it.
Because we have Francisco Savelli now as the skipper for Italy. Another team we keep an eye on.
I wore that Giancarlo Stanton's Team USA shirt to death before he was a Yankee.
But yeah, it'll be real interesting to see how things go with Judge. And speaking of Aaron Judge, with the MVP voting is coming to the announcement Thursday is going to be the announcement. It's going to be between him and Cal Raleigh. Just
I mean, I know. Everyone wants Judge, but
Judgy should be getting his third, arguably his fourth MVP award.
Well,
but he should be getting his third. It feels like the way the media, everyone's been talking, it feels like they're just trying to find reasons to give it to Cal Raleigh. And Cal Raleigh had a great season. Yeah, he had a great season, especially for a catcher. But
unbelievable.
Judge. We've said it before, and we believe it, that Judge is, probably the best player on the planet right now. When healthy.
You're also talking about the regular season.
Mm-hmm.
This is not the postseason.
Yeah, all regular season.
Regular season. And I think Judge deserves it based on the regular season. Do I think it carries as much weight as other MVPs? No. But I do think he deserves the regular season MVP.
I just think you take Judge off the Yankees of how much different the Yankees.
Oh, please. It would be, he was all we had at some points. That was it.
So, I mean, it'll be interesting to see, but it feels as if that they're just finding ways here now to, give it to Cal Raleigh, who both guys deserve it. And I mean, I even said it as a joke a few weeks ago. Co-MVPs would be something.
Yeah, I know.
Co-MVPs would be something. I'm not opposed to it. It's been a long time, since that happened. 1970, I want to say 78.
I think it was 78.
With Willie Stargell and Keith Hernandez in the National League.
We were beating that drum last year, too.
But yeah, we were beating that with Judge and Soto. But it would be something.
I could see more so this year, to be honest. I think Cal Raleigh really.
Yeah, but
I think they both deserve it in a way. I could see it.
They very much deserve it, but it just seems as if they're looking to find a way to give it to Cal Raleigh. Whoever winds up getting it, if you followed baseball this season, you would say it was well deserved because they both had masterful seasons.
Definitely.
Led their teams into the postseason. Both of them. So we'll see what happens. And just to stay with the awards here, Judgy won his 5th Silver Slugger Award, which it's
there's nothing you could say.
That doesn't surprise you at this point. The team. They won a team Silver Slugger Award, which is something new. And Jazz Chisholm Jr. won his first Silver Slugger Award. Now, the first thing I think of, because I'm one of the people beating the drum for this, in his walk year here now.
Yeah.
In his walk year here now, his stock is as high as it could be.
It is.
After
last season? Yeah, I mean, really.
After the season Jazz had with his injury, missing some time, he was out for a little bit, but, with injuries, but now would be the time to move him.
Yeah.
And the only reason I'm thinking that is because you have someone like Bo Bichette who's available.
Correct.
Who has showed us in the World Series that he can play second base very, very, very nice.
Oh, I'd be happy.
So,
no complaints from
signing a healthy Bo Bichette would be, on my top of my priority list here, just because the need for a leadoff hitter and the need for a right-handed bat who can mash lefties, and Bo Bichette does all that. I mean, if you even had to put him at shortstop a little bit, just because John Morosi was talking about it today, where where teams are interested in Bo as a shortstop.
Yeah.
Some is second
He
base.
can do so much.
Some is third base.
Well, he can do it well.
Yeah, and he showed us in the World Series in a small sample size, but that it can be done. Now, I'm not saying even though I'm kind of saying it, they should it's something to think about. Something to
It's an option. It's a good option.
to gain. If you want to stay under that, 300 million, signing someone like Bichette probably wouldn't help that. But even without signing Bichette, if you entertain the idea of moving someone like Jazz in his walk year, you can get some other pieces here. There's only 4 arms in the bullpen, pretty much right now that you can think of. Bednar is back, and he's
a lot of people were free agents this year.
They brought Tim Hill back, so that's 2. Jake Bird, we have. I'm assuming will assume a role here in the bullpen. Fernando Cruz, another name. And Jake Cousins could be coming back from his Tommy John surgery. Now, I didn't mention Mark Leiter Jr. here, just because with the non-tender deadline with arbitrations, coming up, that he could be one of those guys that the Yankees, cut ties with, possibly, maybe.
I mean, I wouldn't be upset.
We'll find out in a few weeks.
Yeah.
But long story short, they have to rebuild the whole bullpen here, and the Yankees. Or a good portion of the bullpen. And the Yankees usually don't tend to spend big money on bullpen, even though some of us, including myself, would like to entertain the idea of Edwin Diaz.
Oh, I know.
The best closer in the game, and make like a super team.
I mean, that would be amazing. But I can't.
It would be amazing, but I don't see unless like they lost out on Tucker and Bellinger, but it just seems as even though
That's a reach.
Yeah, I mean, I say Bo Bichette should be number 1 priority.
I think he will be more beneficial to us
Cody
at this stage. Well, Cody, no, I'm saying Bo Bichette.
Bo Bichette.
If we're going to talk about like signing,
I mean,
I think money wise, I think Bo Bichette, would be a better use of the money at this point. And I do agree with trading someone like Jazz. Jazz stock is so high for a couple of guys.
I mean, you go the Bo Bichette route, you would have to assume Bellinger and Tucker are out.
Yeah.
So that would. I
mean, I would love to see Cody Bellinger.
I mean,
that's without saying.
But
it seems I think he's going to earn a lot more money elsewhere. And that's why I feel like I don't see the Yankees giving him money that I think other teams are going to offer him.
Well, then it would just open up the possibility of Spencer Jones coming up. And which we're yet to see. I think next year it's going to be put up or shut up time, or if not, he could be moved this offseason. We'll find out.
I mean, let's be real. If they're not going to bring him up, if they don't intend to use him that way, they should trade him for 2 reasons. 1, it's a waste of our time, and 2, it's a waste of his time.
Yeah.
He could be a starter already on so many other teams. We're saturated. So it's like, if you're not going to use him, get rid of him. I really feel that way. I truly do. Trade him. Get a bullpen guy. Get
something.
Do something, because I don't want to see the kid rot in the minor leagues.
Could Stephen Kwan be on the move?
Yeah.
There's going to be a lot of speculation. Just wait till the winter meetings.
Oh my God, it gets crazy.
I did mention Jason Dominguez, so I do want to say we did find out a little while ago that he's getting ready to get his winter ball season underway with Escogido de Leones. Leones del Escogido. It's the team that Luis Rojas was involved with. And
I like that because at least
Alex Cintron, former infielder, Alex Cintron is he played for the Diamondbacks for a little while. I remember left-handed hitting infielder. He's the manager, the skipper, and they showed a whole list of all the players that are playing with Leones del Escogido. Oh yeah. Throughout Major League Baseball, and I feel for Cintron to having to get all these guys in the lineup. Let alone still competing.
I wonder if any of that's going to be televised.
I think they televise it somewhere.
I would like to watch some.
They televise it on the
even streaming. I'm sure somewhere.
It's definitely.
Yeah,
I've watched Caribbean games before.
Oh yeah, sure.
But it's televised somewhere. But would like to see Jason Dominguez, get some nice reps in left field, maybe even center field, but more bats versus left-handed pitching, which we haven't really seen, last year. Because I think, if you make moves, Cody Bellinger doesn't come back, Kyle Tucker doesn't come back. Let's say Trent Grisham declines that qualifying offer, which he probably is going to. Someone has to play center field, someone has to play left field, and you got to fill out the diamond here. And the Yankees have 14. It was 14 guys when we last spoke of who coming in, coming off this roster here. So
a lot.
Got to build a team. And I don't know if you guys seen, but there's a lot of minor leaguers that the organization lost too. So they got to fill out all minor league teams too. So it's going to be an interesting offseason. And we're hearing that the Yankees want to stay under the $300 million tax threshold, which is very, very possible to do that and still have a winning team.
Oh, they can definitely do it.
It's going to take a lot of movement to do something like that, without, spending the big bucks. And if you want to, it's going to take a lot of creativity to bring in, a team that could go up against and a rival against last year's, team, who, repeated 94 wins. So you can't come out here after, an underwhelming postseason, after getting embarrassed in the World Series the way they did, and then, repeating the same record that you had of, the World Series lost season, losing in embarrassing fashion to the Toronto Blue Jays, just getting, pounded all year, like they did.
That's rough.
And, Blue Jays just had our number all year.
Oh, yeah.
And, just to hear that now, this is coming from reporters. This was coming from Joel Sherman. We haven't heard what Brian Cashman has to say yet from his remote, Zoom call. We haven't heard Hal Steinbrenner. We haven't seen Hal Steinbrenner since President Trump visited the Yankees.
And that wasn't even anything. He was just there.
Just saw him on TV. He didn't speak.
And I can't remember the last time he spoke.
I don't know what's going on.
Interesting.
Very interesting. Very.
I mean, listen, I know, obviously.
The guys at NYY Underground, Pete will tell you the same. Where's Hal? I mean,
I know.
It's mind-boggling. Just what makes it even more mind-boggling, and what doesn't help the situation, is George was so involved.
Yeah, he's the exact opposite.
George was a walking tabloid.
That's the thing. And I wonder if
imagine George with social media, what it would have been like.
No, I can't imagine. I wonder if, in a way, Hal was kind of being reactionary to what his father was, because everyone's constantly saying, "You're not your father. You're not your father. You're not your father." And he's like, "Well, now I'm really not my father. You're not even going to hear from me." These guys.
I'm just wondering when we're going to get the alert or the press conference that Stevie Swindle Jr. is taking over.
And you know what? I would be okay with that.
It's probably maybe sooner than later. But
I would be okay with that. We have watched this team
flounder.
You took the word right out of my mouth. I was going to say flounder.
Stay afloat.
Just barely. Just barely.
Yeah.
And we've watched it for, at this point, decades.
It's a different version.
It's going on for decades.
Different version of Groundhog Day all over it.
I think, listen,
they
guys,
attack, not to cut you off, but they attack every offseason the same way.
Yes. It feels like we're just running the same show.
It's the same charade, but just we've been, Yankee fans our age and older, 35 and up, maybe a little younger, remember, the Yankees acting in a way of like the Dodgers did now, and repeating World Series like it was a regular occurrence. And it's just been so far removed from that. And we're so used to the standard being put here. We're told the standard is here now, but in reality, it's kind of right here.
Listen, when you just won the World Series and you see a video of Ohtani walking around empty Dodgers Stadium on the field.
They're not talking about let's do it again next year.
They are so locked in. I don't even know what to say.
All I got to say.
I don't even know what to say.
and the performance that Yoshinobu Yamamoto put on. And all you keep seeing, is that picture of Cashman when he threw his no-hitter, his Nippon League no-hitter, and the Yankees were visiting there. And that's why I think it's so important that they dive back into this, Japanese market here.
And I'm getting so sick of everyone in general saying, "Oh, they're only going to go to the West Coast." That's not true.
Mm-hmm.
If it's tempting enough, they will come to the East Coast if it's worth their while. The problem is that the Yankees, the Mets, we're not making it so much worth these guys' while. They're not expecting a World Series when they come to New York anymore. That's how they used to feel.
And if you haven't heard, the recent Japanese import that they
there was another
from
one.
the Seibu Lions, Tatsuya Ime, will be making his
pitcher also.
Yes, he had an ERA. It was a 1.95 ERA.
Wow.
I made a video about him. It was. I know he was like 10-5 with an ERA under 2.
Sounds good.
I've only watched, extensive highlights. We watched, some of the highlights of him, and one of them was him striking out. They showed him striking out Murakami.
Oh.
The other, import that's coming over here. There's a few more that are going to be coming as well. My eyes would be set on, Ime, Tatsuya Ime, and as we talked about Kazuma Akamoto, and they're saying Akamoto, who hasn't officially been posted yet.
Yeah, they still haven't posted.
Yeah, it's not officially posted yet.
Which means that his clock didn't start.
No.
His clock starts once he's officially
I'm wondering
posted.
if that, it goes 45 days from the day they're posted. But there's rumors, we do know that, I want to say, I saw something where Akamoto and I believe Ime also are going to be Scott Boras clients. But
already?
Akamoto,
He didn't even come in.
Akamoto, it was something to the extent of like he's looking for like 3 years, 30 to 36 million.
Okay.
So nothing, not a big.
It's not wild, yeah.
Nothing crazy, but we'll see.
Which is also reasonable where the Yankees are looking to stay in their payroll.
Exactly.
I mean, that's reasonable.
Right-handed bat that could, platoon, and even be a soft side platoon with, Bren Rice, Ryan McMahon. He could play some outfield, and he's a very serviceable defender. It's not like he's a butcher.
No, I was watching some videos.
At third base too, and that seems like that bat will play. And I love the fact that he was the Yomiuri Giants captain.
I agree.
It would, he would fit, right in.
Somebody that already had leadership and all that stuff. It means a lot.
Exactly, but I do expect some kind of starting pitcher to be brought in.
Yeah.
Before it's all said and done.
I agree.
The bullpen, whether Ahmed Rosario is going to return, it seems like they liked him, and I think he should come back because he was
a useful tool.
Very useful tool. He was
the
first one out of the dugout for most celebrations, pretty much all the celebrations. You saw it when you were at the games. You saw it on the TV broadcast. You saw, if you follow, other content creators. You see, shout out Latino Sports, Hector's his videos down on the field before games, and who do you see?
Oh, yeah, he has great lives.
Who do you see in the outfield? Who do you see at third base? Ahmed Rosario, working. And who's with Ahmed Rosario? Jason Dominguez. Always, around him. So just for the simple fact, if you're serious about Jason Dominguez's development as a young player here, 23-year-old kid, if you're serious about that, you would bring someone like Ahmed Rosario back, who's also Dominican. So that that's a lot. Yankees don't have many like days of past. They don't have a lot of Latin players.
Right.
They really don't. I joke around with our good one of our good friends all the time. I joke around with B all the time. I say we need a Puerto Rican. I know Fernando Cruz, but we need a Puerto Rican.
But listen, look at Fernando Cruz. Look at Fernando Cruz. Look at the passion that he gives that team. Listen, is he always amazing? No. But the fact that he's screaming and he's like, I love watching that.
He wants it.
We want people that care.
Exactly.
I'm sick of people just laughing in their post games. Oh, it's another one. I don't want to see that.
But just to finish.
I know.
Just to finish off my, with Dominguez and Rosario.
Right.
if you're serious about Jason Dominguez's development, as we've seen the relationship that, there's a working relationship here that they've developed, and, why not? And
I can't see the
Ahmed
problem
has done nothing but hit when
Yeah, no, he's been good with us.
I hope they do bring him back, and I hope he has a first base glove on too. If he's playing, he should be working at first. Just to get his bat in the lineup more when needed. But let's see what happens on that front. Really, let's see what happens on that front. I think it would be very vital with Jason Dominguez, but along with bringing back Rosario, they still need another right-handed bat.
Yeah.
So that's what gives me the ideas of Bo Bichette,
Right.
Akamoto, a catcher like Danny Jansen, who, you follow my videos, you follow our videos on social media or our accounts, like we, talk about, and go follow the Instagrams, TikTok,
Please,
X.
where we talk about all this stuff and more on those videos.
So, at NY Yankee Dad is the handle. The Beat of the Bronx, we pretty much,
usually we're reposting a lot of Russ's videos.
But, the Yankees, they got to build a team here. And, they got to make it a better team than last year. And we'd like to see some more contact, some more athleticism, which, I can only, without Cody Bellinger, when you talk about the athleticism, with the athleticism that he brought last year and the intangibles that he brought last year, if he goes, that's going to be hard to replicate.
We would lose a lot. We would lose a lot without him.
Especially if you want to stay under 300 million. So when, I'm very interested to hear what Brian Cashman has to say, tomorrow.
I'm also curious what other offers Belly is going to get from other teams.
We're going to see what
we may just be boxed out.
Like I wonder how many years it is that, actually how it is actually we're looking for. I mean, if you're talking Kyle Tucker getting 10 years, 400.
Yeah.
You're probably looking, in the high twos, 280 to 330, $340 million range for Bellinger. And
I don't think
there's no real center fielder out there on the market. No disrespect to Trent Grisham, but who got this qualifying offer. But there's no real center fielder on the market right now that offers the intangibles that Cody Bellinger does. So that's just going to drive his price up.
Right.
So the off season is going to be very interesting. GM meetings are underway. We'll hear what Brian Cashman has to say tomorrow on a human front. Hopefully everything's okay with him and his family. Hopefully it's nothing serious. Brian's a very nice dude, very nice guy from the time many years ago when we had the privilege to be around him. But hopefully everything's okay.
Yeah.
And lovely, beautiful family. So hopefully everything's okay, on that front. But we'll see what happens, with the rest of the off season here.
Yeah, we got time.
We have plenty of time.
We're locked in here for the postseason.
We'll see what happens with the New York Football Giants, or always on mind. Is there anything else you want to add?
Not at the moment. If anybody can figure out how to turn off hunter mode in your dog, I appreciate it, because apparently once you have one possum, she thinks we live in a farm of possums. So that's why if you guys saw me leaning during the show, it was because I was trying to corral the dog the entire time.
She's definitely home.
Yeah,
she's doing nothing. She looks at us like when we get aggravated. We're like, "But what do you want me to do? I'm doing what."
She's doing her job. I know.
She is a dope pitcher. So, but she's a good
girl. No, she's good.
But let's see what happens. I mean, there's so many different directions that we can talk about with the off season here. But I'm looking forward to some movement.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward.
I want something to happen.
Free agency is technically underway. But
like we've said before, we're anticipating a slow and fairly quiet offseason in general. It's just the nature of it this year. I mean, everyone now, I know we've talked about it to death already with the CBA next year, at the end of next year, but everyone's discussing it now again, and everyone's anticipating this is going to be an odd free agency year.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting.
People really don't know what direction owners in general are going in, because They're probably looking at a salary cap next year.
Some of the
Oh,
direction,
yeah.
some of the direction of the AL East, I didn't finish it from my point before. So like teams like the Orioles with Mike Elias, that GM on the hot seat, the Red Sox who are right there, the Blue Jays who are obviously right there, have all come out and have all said they're looking to spend some money here.
Everybody's looking to improve.
Looking to add. So it seems like they're taking the route. Well, the Orioles are doing it out of desperation because a really, really good baseball executive, Mike Elias, who had a bad performance season last year with the Orioles, they with their new ownership that they have down there, just showing that losing is not acceptable. Whether they're talking about it now and whether they do it, time will tell. But don't be surprised. Don't be surprised if a team like the Blue Jays throws the bag at Kyle Tucker.
Yeah.
Don't be surprised if the Red Sox throw a big chunk of money at Pete Alonso. It's going to be real interesting to see what goes on here with Alex Bregman. But these are teams that, just like us, are right there.
Yep.
Right there in the running. And, the AL East could, very well go back into the old days, being like the AL Beast, and never sleep on the Rays. And they traded away Cameron Meisner to the Royals.
Oh yeah,
the outfielder. So so the offseason is slowly getting
slowly picking up
here, but waiting on some Yankee moves. So
hopefully by the time we talk next time, we have something else to talk about.
And we'll see what Brian Cashman has to say.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. All right, guys, that was our episode.
Have a good one.
Have a good one. We'll see. We're not sure if we're going to be doing every week or every other week. The every other week seemed okay this time.
Yeah.
If it's slow, we'll probably do that every other week. We'll see how it goes. Or we might just jump on just to say hi anyway.
But keep up, following on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Twitter. The videos we put on, I pump out videos.
Oh yeah, you're always
We've been pumping out videos.
Listen, share,
comment. We love that. Let me know if you agree with what I'm saying.
Yes.
Let me know if you don't like what I'm saying. Let me know if I'm crazy. Just like, comment, share, get the word out to everyone. That we're looking to be heard.
Yeah. All right, guys. We will see you next time.